Welcome back to Keep It Dirty, a podcast where my guests share their life living functionally and sustainably, and the why behind their experiences navigating through our ever changing environment. I am your host, Leslie Dowling, a corporate speaker sharing how one can jumpstart your path to increased revenue and productivity through restorative health techniques. And today it is my pleasure to introduce my guest, Tara Diana. Tara is owner of City Girl Juice, where all juices are cold pressed and known for acai bowls, which are topped with gluten-free and vegan granola and no artificial sweeteners, which I have tried a lot of your wonderful treats and love everything. So welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I always ask my guests a little bit about highlighting how and why you're doing what you're doing today, or did something trigger something in your health that kind of put you on this trajectory of eventually opening up um, two locations, correct?
Yes, we have two locations now. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
have
yeah, sure.
we have one in Sinking Spring and one in Wyomissing in Pennsylvania. Um, but yeah, we opened almost 4 years ago in the middle of a pandemic when everything was shutting down. We took the leap of faith and opened our first little juice bar. At the time, I was working full time teaching in higher education. Have 20 plus years experience in healthcare. But the real reason why I wanted to start this business was because of my own health. 15 years ago, I was diagnosed, me and my son, with celiac disease. So I had an autoimmune disorder, malnourished, dropped down to, 90 some pounds, and my health was just not well. And so at the time I was just changing my habits, and my dad gave me a Jack LaLanne juicer. I didn't know anything about juicing. And he gave it to me, and I just started juicing everything on it. Didn't know what I was doing, but I knew it was supposed to be healthy for you. So I was just consuming large amounts of juice, me and my family, and I just felt this dramatic shift in my own health. And I wasn't sure why, but I definitely wanted to know more. So that really just propelled me into this long, like I said, 15 plus year journey in juicing. And I just started learning everything that I could and trying to understand why, and gut health and autoimmune disorders and just everything. The different juicers and the different types of juices. So, as you mentioned, we do cold press juicing, which means there's no friction or heat applied. So, the enzymes, the living enzymes in the fruit and vegetables that we press, are still living when you drink them, which is big difference than what you're going to see in like a grocery mart, grocery store shelf. It's a very different juice. So it's alive. It's giving you, living enzymes when you're actually drinking them. So your health is, you just feel the energy, and the healing and the inflammation goes down, and just so many things. With really within days of drinking juice, you can feel a dramatic difference. So that's why I really fell in love with it, and just wanted to share it with so many people. And that's kind of, yeah, why we started almost 4 years ago. And now, like I said, we opened our second location over a year ago in Wyomissing, and like expanded our menu a little bit. But we have acai bowls. We make our own granola that's gluten-free and vegan. And just a large menu with that. We have everything in our, both juice bars are 100% gluten free, so you don't ever have to worry about cross contamination. We have avocado toast and all fun, healthy goodies, smoothies that are made with no ice or syrups. It's just all fruits and vegetables. So it's definitely a much better smoothie than what you might find at, some local, like, quick marts.
Yeah, and that's the other question I have for you is how would you, what would you tell people how to navigate cautiously? Say if like me in functional health, trying to stay away from refined sugars because people just assume when they see acai bowls, oh, it must be just all natural. And so what I do is, and sometimes I hesitate, but then I think, well, you know what? I'm just going to ask them, do you have sugar in there? Like what type of sugar? So how can you navigate cautiously? Because a lot of these acai places that are opening up that we see are not really all natural.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, just ask them, communicate, if you're going into a cafe, just ask them what's in their products. They should tell you, if you're not walking into a cafe, maybe you're buying something, over the counter, you have to learn to read the labels. So I read labels for everything because you'd be surprised what's really put into your products. But yeah, I ask anywhere I go, I ask what's in their products, like, if I'm getting a smoothie, I want to know. And I ask them and I want to see them do it. I mean, in our cafe, we are a little more in the kitchen, so you really can't always see us. But I am 100% transparent as far as what's going into your smoothie. So, just learn to ask and, yeah, like I said, we don't even put ice in our smoothies. We use some frozen and fresh fruits and vegetables. So the frozen part is what makes it cold, but we don't put any ice in it. So there's like no fillers because a lot of places will put tons of ice in it to kind of make it's like a cheaper smoothie, and so they put like other fillers and things in it. But communicate, even when I go to like farm stands and stuff, I ask them, do you use pesticides? I just learned to talk to everybody about like their product, what they're selling me and what I'm buying.
And maybe you could take us through the the process or the procedures and the steps, like what it exactly is cold press, or some of the things that you will purchase for your establishments.
Yeah, so our juice, the term cold press, like I said, it means it uses no friction and no heat. So we use commercial cold press juicers. We have two of them. And the first process is the grinding process. So it grinds it down without using any heat. So it just kind of like chops it up. And then the next part is truly just pressing it. So there's a chamber that cold presses it, and it's literally just juice from your fruits and vegetables. So if I'm using, cucumber, kale, apple, lemon, we're just grinding it up and we're pressing it, and that's exactly what's going in your bottle. So there's no other process to our juice. It has a short shelf life, which means we give it usually 5 days. We can legally give it 10. I mean 7. So it does have like about a 7-day shelf life, but that's it. So if you're buying a juice anywhere else and you see that it has a 1 month, 2 month, or even 3 month shelf life, it has gone through a process called HPP, which is a process that um, it basically uses a high pressure to try to eliminate any possible bacteria. So that's the type of juices that you're going to find at the grocery store. They have gone through a process where it kills some of the enzymes. So it's not as alive as what we're selling. So that's what you're going to see. That's the only way you can actually sell juice at any grocery store, is if they use that HPP, high pressure processing. So again, what you're going to see at our cafe or juice bar is much different. It's a short shelf life, which is why it's hard to keep. We juice every single day. We're juicing everything almost every single day. So it only has a couple days, and it's just constantly we're just pressing and restocking our coolers and things like that. We offer juice cleanses, which is fun. A lot of people love that. It just gives you that kind of cleansing, and you just have this like burst of energy after you detox, whatever is going on in your body. Everyone's a little bit different. You can do a 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day. Some of our newbies, they like to just try 1 or 2 days. We also offer like a juice till dinner cleanse, which is nice. It's just a little bit more gentle, where you can drink 4 juices throughout the day, hydrate with water, and then have a healthy dinner with your family. So you can still eat a little bit, because some people don't always like to go without food for 1 or 3 days, so that's a nice, more gentler way to cleanse. So there's different variations. Everyone's body is a little bit different. I always tell them to just start light, maybe a 1 or 2 day before they jump into 3 or more days. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that because I just know from my years of trying different things, and I slowly try to um, take out certain foods to prepare my body for juice instead of just going right into it. Because sometimes your body's just like, whoa, you know.
Yes.
And then after the cleanse, slowly reintroduce like certain things like dairy or nuts or grains or, but so for people, do you find over the last, so many years that there are more and more people that are more conscious of their health because you see so many people with gluten intolerances, celiac, Crohn's, from all the processed stuff that we didn't realize now that it's really wreaking havoc on our system. And how has that helped your business with people just wanting to, I guess, be a little bit more educated?
Yeah, I have a lot of customers that come in asking me tons of questions. Like you said, we're all dealing with some sort of, either minor or major health dilemma, and a lot of it is digestive, a lot of gut health issues, and so I tend to. That's kind of my favorite part of owning the juice bar is getting to know my customers and being able to talk them through some things. I'm not a doctor, but I can certainly. Talk to them through my own experience and the knowledge that I've gained over the years. Um, but they're just looking for something, and I say, this is not, this is food is medicine, but this is not medicine. I'm not giving you a bottle of pills. I'm not giving you anything crazy. Like I'm giving you a bottle of kale and apple and lemon juice. There is not going to be anything that is going to make you sick from this. If anything, let's just see how it can shift your health in a positive way. So they're usually pretty open to it. And again, if they're a little hesitant, maybe they'll just start with, one bottle of juice a day. Drink a juice, one juice a day, and they start there, and they gradually feel that little shift. But they're looking for something. They're looking for something that will help them, move forward in their health. And I can give them just a piece of that solution for sure with juicing.
And you mentioned that were you in the healthcare industry or because it just boggles my brain how many MDs really they're becoming a little bit more well versed, but really don't really tap into. It's just give them a pill, give them, and of course we need, when we need medical attention, my God, it's amazing. Thank God we have that. But I just was curious, like all that you've been through and being in health, was there a disconnect or were you kind of tapped into, just what you're putting in your mouth is really either nourishing or depleting our bodies?
Yeah. Well, when I was studying, I worked in ultrasound. So I worked in the hospital, and I saw a lot of sick patients, obviously. And, when I first started, I didn't know anything about nutrition and things like that. But as I did, and as I was still in the field, but doing my own journey and learning nutrition, I just really saw the like you said, the disconnect. It was here's the patient, they're sick. What medicine can I give them? But it's never let's find out why. Why are they at this point? So that was like really my passion of like going through kind of getting away from healthcare and going this route was like just to kind of educate people that there's always a cause, like whatever you're going through, there's a reason why you're going through that, like whatever symptom or whatever health dilemma or anything that you're going through, there's a reason why you feel that way. And just getting to that root cause, like it wasn't part of healthcare. It hasn't been, like you said, some doctors are starting to like get there, and they're but it's not part of their training, it really isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating because I just realized that sometimes we're a number and they don't go into lifestyle, environmental triggers, you know, so many colors of the rainbow of not only different factors that will affect us, but also just that we aren't a number and we're so bio individual. And just like your journey might be a little different than someone else's, or food allergies or things that trigger them, but just trying to get to eat what Mother Earth provides. Our body thrives on that. And sometimes I say to myself, why don't people get that? But it's nice to see that more and more people are jumping on this bandwagon and saying, yeah, I want to live healthy and, you know, and thrive in this life that we have one time to go around. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't understand, like, if you're exhausted and in pain, like, there's there's a way out of that, and it doesn't always have to be a bottle of pills, to get you there.
absolutely. And is
Yeah.
this the other question I had was, the last 15 years and on what all that you've been through, do you find that the products that you're using are easier to attain in like the superfruits, the adaptogens, the things that you're using? I just found years ago it was so difficult to try to navigate and find these products that are all, are a lot of these supermarkets have a lot of these great products that we can purchase now.
Yeah, I think we've come a long way over the years. I mean, even just gluten-free products, it's been 15 plus years since I've been, celiac. And when I first got diagnosed, I mean, it was really, you had to go to a specialized, health food store in order to find some of those gluten-free products. And now you can go to almost every grocery store has something. So yeah, we've come a long way, which is good to hear. So I'm excited. I think as we just have these conversations about more of natural health and the things that people can do to just shift their health, in a positive way, I think the more conversations we have, the better off we will be in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
and the other question I always have for my guests are, was there like a role model or somebody that really, obviously going through just health issues would put you into another avenue of trying to figure out what's going on with you. But was there anybody that really inspired you as a child, or just maybe just to tap more into alternative ways of just thriving and living and eating?
I mean, I don't know if as a child, I grew up in the Berks County way, which was a lot of baloney and all that other stuff. So it was definitely as I was going through this journey, and it's not a personal friend, but I followed Chris Carr. She has cancer that she thrives with, but she was kind of like one of my first you know, uh, people out there on the internet, that I followed. I bought all her books, and she kind of really helped me in the beginning learn how to feed your body with juices and natural products, and how you can you know reverse some of your conditions and things like that. So yeah, she was probably one of my first online mentors anyways.
Yeah, and how do you spell her last name if anybody's interested in looking her up or Googling
I
Chris
believe it's
Carr?
Karr. I was looking to see if I have
Okay.
any of her books. I think I have them in the juice bar, but I think it's Chris with a K and then Carr Karr. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to check her out and just read up on her. I'm always looking for interesting books and things that I could just educate myself. And then what are your plans with City Girl? You have two locations. Are you going to expand your menu or have another store, or what's in store for no pun intended, City Girl Juice?
Well, being that we're only a year into our second location, we're still, growing in that area for sure. But I think my next stage I would like to see is a little bit of more online resources for our customers, not only in the area, but out of the area, to be able to teach them more about juicing, maybe how to cleanse, maybe how to juice on their own at home, and just offer some different online resources and programs. And I think that would be our next stage for City Girl. That's my plans, anyways.
Oh, that sounds interesting because I was going to ask you, but I didn't want to put you on the spot about I could envision you having these classes and all the years of really refining and perfecting how you have healed your body and your gut. It'd be so cool for you since you have everything right there to have like a class for people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
But there's so
education
much
is, I
to
think,
do.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love teaching. So, like I said, I taught before, but that was more in the medical field. But now I think I want to put, what I do love and my passion, kind of like marry them together and teach a little bit more um, about juicing for everybody. And if I do on the online space too, I can reach more people, not just in this area.
I love that idea. And so, do you have any specials that you're going to be running for the summer holidays that you'd like to share with everybody, or anything new on your menu for the summer, or anything?
Well, yeah, we just launched some new specials for June. We have a strawberry base, so it's really
Ooh,
fun and delicious. So we just launched that. We'll have some different specials throughout the summer for sure. We have a smoothie right now that we use our own cold brew, um, mix it with some cacao and some chocolate protein. It's delicious. I just finished actually today our new catering menu. So now we're going to offer some um, at home kind of create your own bowl kits. So that'll be fun. So we're going to be launching that probably in the next few days. So yeah, so it's pretty much what we have in store. Yeah, some different cleanses I'm sure we'll do over the summer too.
well, I'm always coming in just seeing what's new. Let me try something different. I love all your bowls that you've had so far. And for all our viewers and listeners, how can they get in touch with you or find your location, or what is your website? Please
Yeah,
share.
we're at City Girl Juice on Instagram and Facebook. That's where we mainly concentrate. And then we also have a website at citygirljuice.com.
Awesome. Well, it was such a pleasure to
Thank you.
have you on. I know that we tried, and the powers that be, there were storms and everything, but we are on for again. And I'm looking forward to sharing this with everybody. And for all our viewers and listeners, really tap into listening to your body. If you see that you have indigestion or you just know that something's not right, start really doing your research and look into, maybe starting juicing or speaking to somebody that really is well versed. Especially Tara has just a wealth of knowledge, and she's been on this path for 15 years, right? Or more.
Mhm.
And you could always reach out to her. So, again, I wanted to thank for everybody for listening, and to please, if you could subscribe and rate and review my podcast, that would be great. And don't forget to ground with Mother Earth and keep it dirty. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.